Okay, let's go ahead and go through the solution to the second sample question from Module 13. This is the income allocation question. So we have the ABC partnership has the following capital balances, A, B, and C, 40, 100, and 60,000 respectively. The partnership has $100,000 of income to allocate. How much would be allocated to each partner under the various following scenarios? In case 1, we have a straight ratio allocation, income allocated on a 3 to 2 to 5 ratio. So, you add up the 3, the 2, the 5, that's 10. So A gets 3 out of the 10, or 30% of the 100,000. B gets 2 out of 10, or 20% of the 100,000. And C gets 5 out of 10, or 50% of the $100,000. So, just sort of to cross all of our T's and dot all of our I's, we'll get a total column there. Okay. Case 2, A and C receive salaries of $30,000 and $40,000 respectively. Again, it may be that A and C put a great deal of time into the partnership, and B is sort of the silent partner who is just, he's just sort of a silent partner, doesn't really take active part in the partnership. So A and C get a salary to compensate them for the time they're invested. Each partner is also allocated a 10% return on their ending capital balance. The greater a partner's capital balance, that implies they've got more of their wealth tied up in the partnership. It's only fair that they be compensated for having their wealth tied up in the partnership. So we're going to allocate a 10% return on their ending capital balance. So first we have our salary, $30,000 for A, $40,000 for C. We have our return on capital. Up at the top of the page, we see again A, B, and C have capital balances of 40, 100, and 60,000 respectively. So 4,000 for A, 10,000 for B, and 6,000 for C. And now whatever's left over, we're going to allocate in a 3 to 5 to 7 ratio. So far we've allocated 70,000 in salaries, 20,000 in return on capital. So we've allocated $90,000. So there's $10,000 left, and that's going to be allocated in a 3 to 5 to 7 ratio. So we add 3, 5, and 7. That adds up to 15. A gets 3 out of the 15, or 20% of that 10,000. B gets 5 out of 15, or 1/3 of that 10,000. And C gets 7 out of 15, or 7/15 of the 10,000, or 4,666.67. So the totals: 36,000 for A, 13,333.33 for B, and 50,666.67 for C. And we've got a nice check figure built in here. We had $100,000 to allocate, and we better find when we're done that we allocated $100,000. So 36 plus 13 is 49, so 49,333 plus 50,667, that adds up to $100,000, and everything is right with the world. Finally, for the third case, let's go ahead and get this on the other page. Okay, again, we're going to have salaries for A and C of $40,000 and $50,000 respectively. We're going to have a return on capital just as we did before. Now we're going to give a bonus to B. And again, this is the silly math trick that all textbook writers and also oftentimes professional exam writers like to play. The bonus is 10% of the after bonus income. So the bonus is not simply 10% of the $100,000 of income. The bonus equals 10% of the income minus the bonus. So, using our high-level algebra skills to solve for B, we have B equals $10,000 minus 0.1B. So 1.1B equals 10,000. So B equals, what's 10,000 divided by 1.1? 9090909. Okay, so there's B's bonus. And then whatever's left over, whatever remainder we have, is going to be allocated in a 2 to 3 to 5 ratio. So how much have we allocated so far? We've allocated 90,000 in salaries, 20,000 in return on capital, 9,090, 91 on the bonus. So we've got a total of 119,090 91 minus, we had $100,000 to allocate, so we've overshot the allocation by 19,090.91. And again, that's a negative. Let's go ahead and make that clear. And that negative overage is going to be allocated in a 2 to 3 to 5 ratio. So 19,090.91 times 20% for A, 3818.18. 30% for B, 1909.09. Ooh, shoot. Sorry, getting carried away there. 57.27.27. And 50% for C, 95.45.46. Okay. Okay, so again, just to sort of dot all of our I's and cross all our T's, we need to go ahead and get the total here. So for partner A, $44,000 positive minus that negative residual of 3818.18 nets out to 40,181.82. Partner B, 19,090.91 minus 57.27 nets out to 13,363.64. And finally, partner C, $56,000 of positive allocations minus 95.45.46 nets out to 46,454.54. And again, we find that we recall we had $100,000 to allocate. If we add these three numbers up, we should in fact find they add up to $100,000, which they do. Okay, so that's finishing up number 2.